Hey there, it's Coach C. Welcome to the Daily C. It is Tuesday, and I want to talk about specifically reinvention. So as an executive coach and as a consultant in businesses for entrepreneurs and large companies, we work specifically on reinvention, and we work on reinvention on a daily basis. And many of you coming into the new year, you have big aspirations, you've got huge goals going on, and you know you've set those things, you set them in the last quarter, or you're still working on getting them set and getting them approved. Wherever you are in your executive reinvention, whether it's a personal leadership reinvention, whether you're an entrepreneur, a small business owner, whatever it is, you're looking at how do I reinvent who I am in 2020. Notice I said, how do I reinvent who I am in 2020? And because there's a specific reason I said that. It starts with who you are being, not what you are doing. Yes, you need to take specific actions. Yes, you need to get underneath a lot of actions that are going to give you the results that you're committed to. But I've seen a lot of business owners and leaders, including myself, who take a ton of action and they're really busy and they're not getting the results they want. And one of the reasons why that we don't get the results we want is because the actions that we're taking aren't aligned with what we really want. They're not actions that are going to forward our vision. They're not actions that are going to impact our future. And often what they are is a response to things like putting out fires, things from the past, this isn't done, or that experience of being overwhelmed, or whatever the busyness of business is. So let's talk about that reinvention. The biggest part of any reinvention, you want to know, what do you really want? And you've come into the new year and you may think you know you want what you want. I want you to pause for a moment and ask yourself this question. Why do you want that? Why is it important to you to accomplish what you set out to for 2020? If you don't understand your reasons why, we need a future going forward. We're always stepping into a future. And if we're not inventing a new future, we're sucked back into the story of our past. All the reasons it failed, all the reasons why not to try, all of the justifications and excuses. And pretty soon we turn into victims of our own creation. We get sucked into a story or a conversation about why it didn't work. And so many leaders and business owners that I work with, they'll say to me, I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard. I know what I want and I can't seem to get there. And I'm going to tell you the reasons why right now. Are you ready? You haven't uncovered why you want the things you want and why those things matter to you and why is that important to you. Sometimes we get stuck on, we think we want something because we've inherited that vision. It's not really ours. We think we want things in our lives like a great relationship, or we want to become the next CEO, or we want a VP role, or we want to move up in the company, or in our business we want to 10x, which I hate. We want to grow our business 10 times, or we want to have a scalable business. But we haven't stopped to figure out what impact will that have in our lives. And are you ready for the impact? So there's a few things going on underneath the surface that you want to attend to while you're looking at that reinvention. And the first part of it is asking yourself, why does this matter to me? Why is it important? When I reinvented contrast consulting, I knew I didn't want to do the same things I had been doing for the last 25 years. I knew I wanted to make a bigger impact and a bigger difference in my business and in the coaching that we do and the consulting that we provide for our clients. Now, why was that important to me? And when I really looked at it, I know that I am here for a purpose. My life matters. It makes a difference. And I tell my clients this all the time, so does yours. And your job in life is to find out what is that purpose and what is that impact, and is the vision that you've created for yourself aligned with that purpose? Because if they're not aligned and you say you want one thing, but your actions are over here doing something else, maybe this isn't what you want. And that's okay. But let's understand, what do you really want and why do you want it? Why is it important to you? And then we start to dig underneath that and ask, well, okay, let's say I know that from a very young age, I want to make a difference and I want to make an impact, and I know that my life matters. And when I reinvent my company, what impact do I make? Do I make an impact with business owners? Do I make an impact on a personal level? What is it that's really important to me? And I know for me, having people understand who they truly are in their core and be aligned with that and be satisfied and fulfilled with who they are, their natural self-expression, I think that makes a big difference. And I think that makes a big impact. So many of us are trying to be somebody else's dream, somebody else's vision for our lives and our futures. And it could be our parents' dream. We unfortunately inherited our parents' expectations of us or lack of expectations of us. Some of us have been busy proving our lives. And I really want you, when you're in this process of reinventing yourself, ask yourself this question: why do I want what I want, and why is it important to me? When you create that future, because your actions will be pulled by the future, or you'll keep doing the same things that you've done in the past, and you'll keep having those same results that you've had in the past. You have the opportunity every day, even if you make a mistake, or even if things go sideways, or circumstances that you didn't want, you take a left turn. You have an opportunity every day to reinvent and step into that new future that you're creating. One, you have to know why you want that future, so that your emotional response is pulled to the future, because you have to remember something. Our thoughts create our emotions. Our emotions create another thought, which predicts our actions and the actions that we take. So if you believe that you can accomplish what you've set out to this year, you will, if your actions are aligned with that. And if what you've set out to accomplish isn't necessarily authentic for you or isn't congruent, then guess what? At the end of 2020 or at the end of 2021, whatever it is that you said you wanted, you'll notice that you may miss the mark. You won't accomplish it because it's incongruent with why you are, your natural self-expression, or why you're here, what your purpose is. So when you're creating this year and when you're really looking at how you're going to reinvent yourself, your leadership, you also want to know you inherited your leadership style. So are you command and control? Are you a visionary? Are you very in the details and in the minutia of things? So understanding why you want the things you want and how you're going to get them are critical elements to that reinvention. So the first step in the daily C is, what do you want and why do you want that? Why is it important to you? What purpose does it serve? How will it impact your life and others? And why is that really something that's important and of value to you? Then we're going to talk about how you get that. And that's the actions that you're going to be taking over the next 30, 60, 90, 120 days. And those actions will be congruent because they'll be aligned with your vision. But just notice that a lot of the things you do on a daily basis aren't aligned with your vision. They have nothing to do with actually impacting the results that you said you wanted, whether it's write that book, whether it's create that TV show, if it's get a new job, get a promotion, start a job, transfer into a different career, whatever the thing that you're reinventing for yourself and your life is. First step, why do you want it? What do you want? Why do you want it? And how are you going to get it? That's it for today's Daily C. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care.